Hey, you guys. So, I'm hoping everyone has had a good holiday season. Now that we're going into the new year, I always kind of look back on, what went well this year, what didn't go well, what are some things to fix for the next year. Because, kind of my outlook on things when it comes to a New Year's resolution, I've never been I don't know if it's the phrasing of it, it could be. Um, but I personally try to see it as, hey, what things do I want to accomplish? Instead of trying to, like, I don't know, make it seem so, like, hard hitting on one thing, if that makes sense. I just try to think of it as, okay, what can we work on? What should we do? And, how can we try to fix it for the year? I think overall, this year was fine. There are definitely some things I know need to be worked on. There are some things I know could have just been better. Um, because I think personally, like I've talked about this in past videos, and a lot of people I think kind of have this as well, where it's in regards to just how you view like your body and how you look. A lot of my issue this year was a lot of that, as well as just a lot of overthinking. And that's what kind of hindered me doing a, the amount of videos I did. Is I would think about something that maybe I wanted to talk about, and then somehow I would think too much about it, or think of a different topic to talk about, or when I would think about talking about a topic, then it somehow would lead into me talking more about a different topic. And so then I was just like, well, what do I do? And so then I wouldn't make any video at all, because I'm like, I have too many things going on right now in my mind to where I'm like, I cannot focus right now on just one, or what one would be, would better serve everyone out there. And so that's one thing, like, I want to work on, I guess, a little bit more somehow, is not try and like think too much about it. There were definitely like more not personal topics, but there'll be some of those opinionated ones, some that I think are very personal for some people, topic wise, that I thought would be beneficial to talk about, and then I just never really got around to it, because I wanted to make sure with what I said it was very well thought out. I looked into it, made sure with what I was saying it was phrased correctly. I don't want ever there to be a moment where it's kind of like half-assed, if that makes sense. Pardon my language, but that's the best way I can phrase it at the moment. So, you know, that's something that I always try to do when I talk about one of those like heavier topics. And so hopefully just this upcoming year it's not so much like thinking wise, as well as too, I think a lot of the things that I was worried about, because I do get headaches easily. There were just a lot of different things, personally, that I was like, I don't feel the best today. So it was a lot of kind of looking at, hey, what do I eat? What do I need to change? And stuff like that. That's just been an issue, not for years, but, you know, with a lot of the things that I think about that go through my mind, I focus a lot on like what I eat and how it's done. It's a lot. I'm not going to get into it here, but hopefully kind of going forward, a lot of that, by the end of this year, as this year was ending, I got a good hone in on what I should have and consume and all that. So going forward, everything should be better, is essentially what I'm trying to get at. But I think, too, um, like a lot of this year, I am very proud of a lot of the experiences that I had. Um, I was able to go to LA and New York this year, and those were two places I had not experienced before, always wanted to. I highly recommend them both. If you asked me which one I preferred over the other, I there was something about New York that I just personally enjoyed a little bit better. And I cannot tell you exactly what that is. Like, if you were to ask me, well, what about it? It's just, it was, I don't know if it was necessarily the atmosphere or what, because I am someone who enjoys the beach. I love, when we went to LA, every day was essentially sunny. It was a beach vibe. I loved it. Like, I liked that atmosphere as well, but it was something about New York's atmosphere that, like, I don't know, I kind of resonated with it a little bit more. And that's just me. That is my thought and opinion on it. I still think you should, if, hey, I've always wanted to go to LA, go to LA. Like, I'm not telling you don't go. I highly recommend still going if that is a place you still wanted to visit. I'm just telling you my personal experience. When you hear the two major cities, my which one would I go to? It again, that one, me. Just my thought, my opinion. Um, but I was able to do that, kind of, go on not different trips, but like for work, I was able to go on some work trips, went to a concert. So it was just things that I hadn't really done too much of or had the like chance to do a lot of. It felt like within this year. And so that felt very nice. But I also know like there were some like downtimes, like, not so great. And I think that was for a lot of people. Like, we're going to have the times that are great, the times that are not so great. Um, and so, my kind of hope going into this upcoming year is, and I think for anybody, if there is something that you want to try and achieve, and it's, obtainable and you can do it, it's within your reach, I definitely highly recommend it. I think anymore for a lot of people, um, not saying it becomes difficult, but if you're anything like me, you start to question just a bunch of different things like, am I making the right choices? Am I doing the right thing? If you want to make that move, if you want to, you know, have a different position within your career, if you want to learn a language, or if there's something that you really 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 want, whether you feel like it's a dream or you can't do it, if you take the right steps to get there, like, it's not just going to be, hey, I'm here and I'm here. Sometimes it can be, so don't get me wrong in that. But if there is something that you really want, try and get it. Like, at this point, I think for a lot of people, it's the mindset of, what do I have to lose? And if you have the skills, if you can do it, try and get it. Like, I I support it 100%. I want people to do what they want, achieve what they want, get the chase the dream, do anything that they want to, because I truly think a lot of people can if they want it enough. So try and make this year the year you do something that you really want to do. Um, I feel like sometimes that can be really repetitive, or you feel like, well, I said that this last year. maybe this year just it wasn't it. And now this upcoming year it can be. So why not just go for it? I go for it. Just do it. try try it out. Go. One of the things I know, small, one of the small things I want to try and do is actually learn a full language instead of just knowing bits and pieces of different languages, because that's not going to be useful in the long run. I mean, not saying not knowing phrases isn't bad, but can I carry a full conversation? No. I know the common phrases in different languages. And what sucks is, this is now a tangent, so if you just want to leave, you can. What sucks is in high school, I took a good majority of a language class. Like, I went up to level 3 because by the time I moved, I couldn't go to level, like, they didn't really have level 4 of what I needed. So I was like, okay. And 2, it didn't fit in my schedule. So I was like, okay, guess I'm done. Um, but, try and do the thing that you want to do. If you thought this year, hey, like I fell, off the rocks, that's probably not a phrase. I'm making it one now. But, like you were doing really, really well, it kind of fell through. You can try again. Like, there's no, like, oh, you did poorly, you can't redo it. No, you can try again, and I'll support you 100%. So, have a good new year. I hope you are able to enjoy the day, and we'll make this year great. So, I'll talk to you later. Bye.